About a year ago, I made a video on the channel about live streaming, copyrights with CCI licenses, and how to avoid getting strikes. It's been, like I said, a year, so let's give an update. You used to be able to just take your CCLI license / account number, throw that in the description of your YouTube video, and that would indicate to YouTube that, hey, I have a license, just like if you're using Soundstripe or Artist.io or any of those type of sites. On Facebook, it's always sucked. It still sucks. Let's just move on. About 6 months after I made that video, what ended up happening was I started getting strikes on my church channel. And what I discovered was that as I started to dispute them, they were accepting the disputes. But then as a little bit more time went on, the disputes started coming back as, hey, no, we're not going to accept this. So with how YouTube works with their dispute system is that you end up getting the option to have an email conversation with the company, label, whoever it is that's actually putting the strike on the content. So I was able to talk back and forth with a couple of them, and what they said is that they own the arrangement. They're not upset, they're not wanting to take down the content, they're not wanting to mute it. They just want to throw an ad in front of the video so that they can make some money off of it. I personally thought that was the opposite of why I bought the license, so that kind of stuff wouldn't happen, but they're pretty adamant that that's going to be a thing. Now, they did say that there's not really a difference whether you had the license or not had the license. They're going to do the same thing. That does not mean hold it, pause, calm yourself down. That does not mean don't go and get a license. Biblical standard says that we have to obey the laws of the land, and the law of the land in the United States is that in order to do this correctly, we need a license, which is provided by CCLI or someone similar to that. So still go get a license no matter what. Essentially, they're saying that, like, hey, we're just putting a soft strike onto your channel. What is a soft strike, you may ask? I don't think that the terminology soft strike actually exists in YouTube world. Hard strike does, and so what a hard strike is when you use someone's content without their permission, aka having a license for it. YouTube says, hey, you're using this content. They've notified the person that owns that content, and that person's like, whoa, what is this person doing? No, hard strike, take the video down, mute the video, all those kind of things. YouTube has community guidelines that state that you're not allowed to do that, or you'll get a hard strike. You get 3 of those in a 90-day period of time, and then YouTube will suspend your account for an unknown amount of time. So what's the difference between a hard strike and a soft strike? Well, the soft strike, which again, that terminology is not a YouTube terminology, that's a enhanced don't distract terminology. That means, hey, you're using our content, we own it, we want to make some money off of it, we don't mind you using it, we're not going to mute it, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to say, hey, that's our content, we're going to throw an ad in front of it. An ad, oh no, that's what everyone's freaking out about, right? Is that they don't want ads in front of their Sunday morning services. I totally get that. So how do we avoid this? Well, the only real way to avoid this at this point in 2023 is to stop using YouTube. Oh my gosh, did Justin just suggest not using YouTube? No, I'm telling you, if you don't want to deal with this, that's the only way to not deal with it. I don't think that not using YouTube is a viable option. Why? There are 2.7 billion active users on YouTube. Billion with a B. It is on 78% of devices in the United States alone. 78%, 2.7 billion people. The amount of reach that your content loses as soon as you remove it from YouTube goes from here to like here. We want our content to be as accessible as possible, hence using YouTube. So, how do we avoid this? We don't really avoid it. We cut off the worship at the beginning of our services once it has been played. So Sunday morning gets done, Monday morning, Monday night, whenever YouTube's editor allows us, we just chop that audio off. But Justin, I have so many people in my congregation that love listening to our worship. For a long period of time, I never really understood that. Why would you want to hear your worship leader perform Brian Johnson's song when Brian Johnson performs Brian Johnson's song? Just listen to that version. It's the connection with the person or persons on the stage. We as a church have created community with our worship team, and we want to have that community. Totally understand that. My mind has completely changed on that now. But here's what I would suggest. I would suggest finding the songs that are big hits in your church, or anthems for your church that everyone loves, and like they're like, oh, I really want that Brian Johnson song. Let's find that song. Let's record that song on a Sunday morning like we normally would. Remove it. Let's post that to the YouTube channel by itself. It'll get that soft strike with an ad in front of it, but most people that are wanting to go back and listen to that worship song, they're not going to care about the ad. The other way you could do it is finding a system kind of like DistroKid, where you can take a handful of your songs that you've recorded that are from other artists, and you can go on, you can upload them to DistroKid and give the credit to the artist that you're performing. DistroKid will then handle all of the distributions and copyright issues that you need to deal with on their end of things. And then it allows your worship band's performance of those artist songs to be on Apple Music, Spotify, etc., etc. Then we don't even have to worry about YouTube for that one specific little niche of what we're trying to do on Sunday mornings. And it kind of relieves some of the tension of trying to figure out how to not get strikes and all those kind of things. And we get to live inside the boundaries that the law states, and like we said earlier, that we biblically believe we're supposed to be following. I think the big thing also is that we can't be mad at YouTube. They're just a platform that has an algorithm that goes, oh hey, this is Bethel's song. I'm gonna let Bethel know that you're using this song to make sure that that's okay. And then it's all on Bethel or the label that Bethel's on, or whoever, whatever artist it may be, to determine whether they're going to do some sort of soft, hard strike thing for you. I know this is probably not the answer that you guys are all looking for, and I know that it's kind of hard, but we do need to abide by the laws and live in the constraints of that, no matter how silly or nonsensical they seem. We are currently working on trying to get in contact with someone from CCLI and have a deeper conversation with them about all the rules and how this all functions to kind of get more clarity. Again, thank you so much for watching this video. Comment down below. Make sure you smash that subscribe button and share this video with some of your friends at other churches that are dealing with this, or that are just not using licenses, or are just confused. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching all the way till the end. Keep enhancing.